Live from PATV Studios, it's the Lyle Style Show. And now, the man with the most style, it's your host, Lyle Style.
Hey, welcome to a beautiful edition of the Lyle Style Show. Oh my goodness, I always say this, but you know what? I think my show gets better and better each guest I have on. And the guest I have on the show today, I mean, she's been nominated for a Grammy for her jazz albums. And she's really a phenomenal person, and and so we're going to talk to her. Her name is Denise Donnatelli, and so I want to welcome her to the show. Denise, welcome you to the Lyle Style Show. How you doing?
Hi, Lyle. Thank you. I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing real good. I mean, it's really different how we met on LinkedIn, and I just appreciate you. Taking a chance to do this interview with me, So now you've been nominated for 3 different for Grammys for your albums.
Yeah, I've been very lucky.
Yeah, and how's that feeling when you got the nod that you got nominated? When did you find out at that time 3 different times?
3 different times. Well, the first time it was that was for my album When Lights Are Low, and wow, you never forget what you were doing. I was in the car, and my producer, arranger, friend, pianist Jeffrey Keezer called me, and he said, don't say, I was on my way to have dinner with some friends. So while I was in the car, I heard from him, and he said, try not to say anything tonight, but he said, I just found out that I'm nominated for one of the arrangements on the album we did together. So, of course, I was thrilled. I was so happy for him that, at least, he was nominated. I said, well, how did you find out?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Grammy nominations weren't going to be announced for another 3 hours. In fact, I was headed to have dinner with friends, and we were all together, having dinner and waiting for the nominations to be announced. Well, he said, I found out because they were doing it. He was living in San Diego at the time, and he said they were going to be doing an interview with him. So he got the heads up that he was nominated. So I'm having dinner with friends, and I completely forgot about it. Of course, I didn't even mention anything, as he asked me not to, about his nomination. And we were with some musicians. In fact, Bill Cunliffe was also nominated that year. He's a Grammy winner, in fact,
Mm-hmm.
For one of his albums. So it was 8 o'clock Pacific time, our time on the West Coast, that we heard that we checked the website, and one of my friends was going down the list, and she said, "Oh my gosh!" She said, "Denise," she said, "you were nominated," and of course I just all went crazy.
Uh-huh.
So that album got 2 nominations, and then the next album that I did was Soul Shadows. That was released in 2013, and again, we were all out with friends. It became like a ritual. So every year that I've got a CD out, we all get together, and when they announce the Grammy nominations.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fun. There are a lot of singers here that I'm friends with, and recording artists and musicians. So we're really a family. It's quite lovely. We all celebrate each other's successes.
Wow. Okay. Now, I mean, because you've been doing this for quite some time, doing jazz. And now, tell me some little background. What brought you into this particular genre? You know, this is a field, you know, doing jazz.
Yeah, well, I grew up in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and I have two older sisters who were, my oldest sister was being trained classically on the piano, and I'm the youngest out of three. And my middle sister, she was also taking piano lessons at the time. So when I was 3, I went to the piano. You know, I was always playing the piano and just fooling around on it, but I could pick out melodies. And my mother heard me playing the piano when I was 3, and she thought it was my sister. And anyhow, as soon as she realized that I was able to pick out melodies, she took me to my older sister's piano teacher. And I started taking classical piano lessons at 4.
Oh, wow.
He thought I was too young to start at 3, so he said just wait a while. And
4,
so I started at 4, and I played classical music. Took lessons all the way through my school years, and it wasn't until I decided to stop in high school. Because we lived out in the country in rural Pennsylvania, and I had to be bused into school, and I really didn't have a normal, neighborhood where I could go out after school and play with friends. So what I would do is come home from school, and I would listen to my older sister's jazz albums. And since we lived out in the country, we subscribed to the Columbia and Capitol Music Clubs, where they would send you on a weekly basis. They'd send you, we'd get 3 or 4 albums at a time. And this is what I would do. So I would come home and practice the piano. I would do my homework, and then I would listen to all this great jazz. And that's really what I wanted to do, which is one of the reasons why I ended up stopping my classical piano lessons, and because I really wanted to play jazz. I wanted to sing, I wanted to play jazz, and that was really my love. And then I got into R&B. I listened to that in high school. I was listening to Stevie Wonder and Jackson 5 and all of that great music. So, I kind of cut my teeth on that. And, so then I went to college briefly and then got married, had children very young, and there went my musical dreams.
Okay.
At least I thought. And it wasn't until I moved to, my husband had a job opportunity in Atlanta, and moved the family to Atlanta. And unfortunately, we ended up getting divorced about 8 years later after the move. But I met some musicians, and I was working at Turner Broadcasting.
Okay, in Atlanta, Georgia.
That was my day job. And then I met some musicians, and one friend of mine took me to a jazz jam, and he put my name down because he knew I could sing. And I was shocked, frankly, because Russell Malone was on the bandstand at the time. He was touring with Diana Krall.
Okay.
And a marvelous guitarist. He is just amazing. And I was just petrified. I'll never forget that. I was completely petrified. I didn't want to, I didn't want to sing in public. But he put my name on the list, and I got called to get up there on the bandstand, and I sang. And it just so happened that there was the music director for the Ritz-Carlton in the audience, and he was looking for a singer at the time. And he hired me. He hired me on the spot.
Wow,
so I ended up,
because of your voice.
Yeah, after I sang that one song at this jazz jam, I got hired, and I worked during the day at Turner Broadcasting, and I sang at night at the Ritz-Carlton 3 nights a week with a jazz trio. And that's pretty much where I actually cut my teeth and became a jazz singer there.
Wow, okay, that's amazing. I mean, that's an amazing story that you told from how you started, into in jazz, and then you was into other things like R&B, and you found your calling in jazz, and it started in Atlanta, Georgia, and from there, the rest is history for you, huh?
Right.
Yeah. Now,
but I think listening to, growing up with this music around me, my mother was a singer.
Okay.
And of course, we always had Frank Sinatra playing. And that's where I found my love for ballads. I would just, my mother loved all the sad music. She loved ballads. And
she was romantic, romantic woman, huh?
Yeah. And then I'm listening to Ella Fitzgerald, and she was, one of my favorite albums that I used to listen to was called "Let No Man Write My Epitaph." So here I am at 5 and 6 years old, and I'm singing.
Really? Okay.
I'm singing all these. I'm singing Black Coffee, and all these very sad songs, but And Nancy Wilson was also my favorite.
Oh, yeah, Nancy Wilson. Yes, yeah. Now tell me, now do you write your own music? You write your own songs, or what? How do you?
Well, I do have some ideas. I haven't recorded anything yet. Well, with the exception of I wrote lyrics to a Billy Child's melody. He recorded a song called "This Moment," and I wrote lyrics to that, and I recorded that. That's on my last album.
Okay.
"Find a Heart."
Now,
So, but if I find a melody that I really love and I want to record it, I'll write a lyric to it.
Oh, right. Good, because you do play. You do. Yeah. You play.
I do.
Now, what's it? Is it piano, or what instrument you play?
I play piano.
Okay, piano.
I play piano.
Yeah. So,
although I've been trained classically, I'm now trying to. It's different, With classical music, you just play the notes on the page. For jazz musicians, you have chord changes that. It's like learning another language for me.
Okay.
Frankly, it's.
I know. Because you know what? I had this jazz person on my show back in '93, Theolis Monk. Theolis Monk.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Theolis Monk Jr. Because his dad was a famous piano player.
Right.
Yeah, and so his son grew up Theolis Monk Jr. trio. He came to Iowa, and he was a guest on my show. Oh man, the nicest guy you ever met. Stories galore. He does a lot of different things with charity in Washington, D.C. Man, I talked to him and his trio. Yeah, it was a really good interview. It's just like with you. So I'm just flattered to have you on my show too, and so I really appreciate that. Because you have a beautiful voice. But, he was telling me the same thing that you was telling me, how he started a love with jazz and started out singing other places, things. And then jazz came to his life. But so now with you, now you get this album. Now we're going to be, later on in our show, we're going to drop your video of a song called, was it All for Nothing? What's the name of the song?
All or Nothing. It's called All or Nothing at All.
Yeah, All or Nothing.
And the first time I heard that song was when I was a child, obviously, with listening to Frank Sinatra.
Mm-hmm.
And, I always thought his arrangement was the definitive arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
And what we did with it, it's from my Soul Shadows album.
Okay.
What we did with it is put a Peruvian rhythm
Mm-hmm.
to it. It's called the Lando, which is it's a dance.
Okay.
And it's also a rhythm.
Okay.
And so we did it differently.
Okay.
And,
Okay. Yeah. I can't wait to air it on
and
the
it
show.
it kind of works. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's in 12. it's in 12, which is really unusual. But it's a very the Lando. If you look up if you Google Lando and Peruvian rhythm, you'll find how it's really very seductive and very beautiful.
Oh, I like that. Now I like the way that sounds right there. Seductive. Yeah. I like that because really looking at you look so young. And can't believe that you got kids and you're married, and because you look so young, and your grandma too.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm a proud grandma. Well, I started young. I started very young. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, you people can't tell by looking at you and stuff. And I know you told me a story about how you met your husband in Atlanta, Georgia. And he's in.
Well, he was never there. When I met him when I was working at Turner Broadcasting, and he lived out here in L.A.
Okay.
And had a company, an entertainment company where he would record radio spots for us. TBS. Turner Broadcasting hired his company to record radio spots for us, as well as he would do trailers he still does. He does trailers for movie companies and for movies, and
wow. Well, now
pretty much.
Wait, now do y'all get into movies free? Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know. The perks.
I don't know if I told you this. Yeah. I've done several music spots in the Simpsons television show.
No way. Are you serious? Wow. Dang.
I've done several. In fact, Alf Clausen used to do the music
right
for the Simpsons.
Yes.
Alf Clausen, who has recently retired from doing The Simpsons. I think now they have Hans Zimmer.
Right. Yes.
He's doing the music, but he called. Occasionally, I would get the call whenever they were doing a choral thing. I've done a couple of Christmas shows, Simpsons Christmas shows, and the one that I'm most proud of was Alf called and said, "Hey," he said, "Denise," he said, "do you think you can sound like Nancy Sinatra?"
Okay.
And of course, you jump at it. I'm not going to say no. So I said, "Of course, of course, I can sound like Nancy Sinatra." Meanwhile, I'm going, "Oh my gosh, can I really sound like her?" So he said, check out the song "You Only Live Twice," which is from that James Bond movie.
Right. Yes.
Right. So I listened to it, and I actually he sent it to me, and I'm listening to every intonation that Nancy put to it, and and the timing and everything. So I'm thinking, all right, so I get to the studio, and they hand me a sheet of music, and of course, it's not "You Only Live Twice." They changed the lyrics to "You Only Live Once."
Oh, okay.
Of course, and it was really silly. Of course, it said Simpsons silly.
Yes.
So I did that, but and they gave me a full screen credit. In fact, they closed I think they closed the show with it as well, with me singing it. So, you can Google that.
Yeah, I'm going to Google that. I'm definitely going to Google that particular episode.
It's called YOLO, Y-O-L-O.
Okay.
YOLO. You only live once.
Okay. I'm going to Google that one, yes. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. Wow, what a story. What a story to tell your kids. You was on The Simpsons.
Exactly.
That's a wonderful thing.
At least the voice was.
Yes,
and I did get a full screen credit, which I'm so proud of. It was fun.
Okay. Now, are you working on any new music up to date? Where can people hear your stuff at? Where? So we only have 5 minutes left. So are you working on any new music?
I am. I'm hoping to release another recording next year.
Okay.
So right now I'm looking for music, and I've got about 4 songs that I'd like to do.
Okay.
And then I'm looking for, I think I could use maybe another, typically there are usually 10 or 11 tunes on an album. So I'm almost halfway there.
Okay, good, because we can't wait till your next album come out. And I'm quite sure it's going to be another Grammy-nominated album, from you, because your albums are phenomenal.
I'm telling you, Lyle, from your mouth to God's ears.
There you go. There you go, young lady. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I can't, matter of fact, I'm coming out to California hopefully next year sometime to visit. And definitely, if I do my show out there, I'm going to definitely call you up or whatnot, because by the time you probably have something.
Sure. Well, look me up. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. So I definitely want to thank you again for being a part of my show and coming on and doing this interview with me. You are a great person. I wish you all the luck, and you're going to have so much success in your life and your career in jazz. And so I really appreciate that.
I thank you, Lyle. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. It's a pleasure to tell your husband I say hello, and I hope to see a promo from one of these days.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So Denise,
sounds good to me.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you thank you.
Deal.
Yep. God bless you. Thank you again.
Thank you, Lyle.
Okay, you're welcome. Yep. Well, that was my friend Denise, and she's we're gonna play her video, but I have to give a shout out. I have to give a shout out because this girl told me to give her a shout out. Ann Lee, she's gonna be a dancer. So Ann Lee, I'm gonna give you a shout out for my show. Thank you for watching the Lifestyle Show, Ann Lee, and thank you again. Don't give up your dream of dancing. I know you do good. So I'll shout out to Ann Lee. Anybody else want to shout out? Let me know. Just write me or let me know. Hey, I want to shout out from Lifestyle Show. So with that, I want to say, hey, Denzel, I'm sorry, man, for bumping you again. Man, we got to get you on the show next time. I had to get her on, man. But Denzel, I love you, man. So with that said, I want everybody to keep it classy, as always. And we're going to come right back with Denise's video, All for Nothing, right now.
Nothing at all. Half love never appealed to me. If your heart never could yield to me, then I'd rather have nothing at all. Oh, nothing at all. If it's love, there is no in between. Why begin then cry for something that might have been? No, I'd rather have nothing at all. But please don't bring your lips so close of your hand makes me weak, and my heart may grow dizzy and fall. And if I fell under the spell of your call, I would be caught in the undertow. So you see, I've got to say no, no, nothing at all. Don't bring your lips so close to my cheek. Don't smile or I'll be lost beyond recall. The kiss in your eyes, the touch of your hand makes me weak, and my heart may grow dizzy and fall. And if I fell under the spell of your call, I would be caught in the undertow. So you see, I've got to say no, no.